Today we're analyzing Red Bull BC1 Cypher 2025 Japan Bboy Nori versus Bboy Ra1on. My name is Bboy Intact, let's go. But before we go deeper in every round of this battle, I want to say huge shout out to Bboy Nori and to Bboy Ra1on for making this high battle. And what I was really enjoying in this battle is that this is the battle of two generations, the older generation of Japan versus the new generation of Japan. And it's always beautiful to see how different approach and vision of breaking each generation has, and to see how they meeting each other in the battle, and the conversation looks amazing. Take your seat, take popcorn, and we're starting right now. The first round of the battle, Ra1on is pretty self-confident in what he is doing. He's taking his time in the top rock level, playing with the music and accumulating the energy before he's gonna start. I would love to see more variations of top rock from his side, because steps are sharp but pretty much the same step, and I think that a little bit more variations might work better and stronger in terms of battle and delivering the vocabulary. So then he started with his signature freeze, like jump, freeze, and drill to the freeze, which was amazing, explosive move. But what I think was a little bit not good in that part of the round is that after the freeze on his head, he kinda reset his round. So basically he stood up, lost the flow, lost the whole storytelling, the whole composition, and restarted his round again from the top rock and added just one more variation in the end of his round, which was on the footwork level, and that was pretty much it. So I don't want to say that the round in the battle should be longer or shorter, or there is some specific timing for the round, but I think that in the battle like this against strong opponent as Nori, Ra1on could deliver more vocabulary and more interesting variations, and keeping the composition, the flow and storytelling more complete and consistent. Nori with the reply definitely can see some experience from his side, and what I am enjoying in his round is that after that explosive beginning of the battle and kind of pressure from the side of his opponent, Nori is still looking calm and he's taking his time and not rushing. That's very important, because sometimes when your opponent is hitting some moves and explosiveness and crowd reacting on this, it is very easy to lose control over yourself and to lose the confidence. And once it's happening, once the mindset is lost, the focus is lost, that's it. Whatever you're gonna do in your round, it will not work. But in this case, Nori handled the pressure really good. And what I see from this round, Nori taking his time and first of all delivering huge contrast in terms of vocabulary. He's delivering small steps, transitions. His go down to the power move, the transition from the footwork to power move was interesting and creative. The exit from the power move, from the freeze after the power move to the top rock, keeping the musicality, was also creative, not just getting up, he made it with the flow through the transition. That's a big difference. You can't get up from one level to top rock and reset your round without any transition and without any go down, or you can do this with the transition out and with the go down in. That's two different things. In simple words, the consistency of flow, storytelling, details, composition in general, Nori delivered huge contrast compared to Ra1on. Another moment that for me was really visible in terms of contrast is that Nori delivered higher level of musicality, because he was not just accenting once with the freeze, he was keeping the rhythm from the beginning till the end through small steps and details. So he was packing his round with variations, with the steps, and those people who ever try to break, they know how hard to keep the rhythm and consistently delivering variations without stopping, without repeating, and without interrupting the flow. These are two different approaches to breaking. One approach is to do separate moves. Another approach is to do the whole composition with the storytell, with the flow, with the transition between all the combinations. That's absolutely different level. In terms of shapes and lines, Nori was more variable. I also think that Nori was able to deliver more contrast in originality, in terms of creativity, creating more variations of steps and transitions, and also in terms of presence in the cipher. Like his energy was able to stop the explosiveness of Ra1on, and he was feeling himself comfortable even after that explosive moves that Ra1on was delivering. That means that his individuality and character was strong enough to beat that energy and to accumulate this energy into his own round. My personal conclusion after the first round, I give it to Nori, and I think that judges at the event did the same. Round 2, Ra1on starting with his signature go down, slide on his back, grab to the freeze, making a circle, taking his time, accumulating the energy with the top rock, showing some new variations of the steps in the top rock level. After that, he delivering his signature drill to the freeze. That was on point, that was to the accent. And then he continued to his footwork level. And what I noticed is that he was not actually delivering the vocabulary on that level. Mostly, all his footwork part as a transition was based on crisscross, some very simple stops or jumps to the accent, and CCs. So I think that was weakest part of his round because it was pretty long, but the vocabulary, amount of variations, the creativity part, the details, storytelling in that part were not so strong and visible. And after that, he making one more time accent to the music, just like getting up, resetting a little bit, and finishing his round with his nice variation jump with the figure 4 on his back and get up. I think that was pretty good, maybe even enough to finish strong round, but as I said, in the middle of his round, there was some, like moments that in my opinion were not strong enough. So maybe based on that, the final part of his round should be stronger to put like the strong ending at the end. Nori with the response. So what I can see in his second round very clearly is that he's delivering the whole story. He's playing with the music, he's making some burns. The whole round is connected through the flow, so he's not executing just separate, disconnected from each other pieces. He was able to connect all his pieces into one flow through the transitions. That's not easy, and that's the proof of high level of breaking. He was able to deliver at the same moment a lot of details, a lot of direction changes, compared to Ra1on, who was more like strict, more like straight, just executing his blow-ups without actually fulfilling the movement in between his blow-ups. That's very big contrast. What I also noticed is that Nori was talking to his opponent. He was keeping the conversation. He was clowning Ra1on with like stand-ups like this. It was really interesting to see. It means that he's also not just executing his set from the beginning till the end, but also adapting his breaking to the situation. And he was adding this small joke into his round, and that was interesting to see. And after that, he came with a kind of reply to that figure 4 variation that Ra1on did at the end of his round, and Nori has similar move, which was created, of course, earlier than Ra1on came to the breaking stage, right? So he kind of replied with the figure 4 move to his back, and that was also very nice moment to understand that he was reacting, like responding on what is happening. The final part of his round, uh, yeah, I agree. In some way, it was kinda maybe too long, and he was waiting to the music to hit the final freeze on his shoulder, and Ra1on even know it, and he did the same freeze to the shoulder at the same moment with Nori. I think everybody knew that he gonna do this combination because we know this combo from other battles, but it doesn't change the contrast between the transitions, details, variations, creativity, directions, lines, angles. It doesn't change it. We might know some of the moves. We know moves of Ra1on, we know moves of Nori, and we might even wait for some of these moves, or we can read through the movement that, oh, he will execute that particular move. And I totally agree, that kills the spontaneity, that kills the element of surprise. And I think in this battle, in this second round, the element of surprise at the end of Nori's round was missing. But in general, based on all other categories that I already mentioned before, at the end of the battle, all three judges voted for Nori. And in my opinion, it was a good decision. Some people might still say Ra1on was robbed or whatever, but I recommend you to watch this battle deeper and not on the hype, not on the negative energy like, these judges were bad, Nori did the same stuff, Ra1on was more explosive, he's younger, faster. No, watch it deeply, watch it clearly, go into every aspect of the breaking, go deeper, and you will see the contrast. Okay guys, thank you for watching this short analysis. Of course, there's always space to go deeper into each round, but we don't have too much time for this because this video is gonna be too long. Don't forget to subscribe, like it, share, comment, and make this video visible in YouTube to other people. Thank you for watching.